Good evening, everybody. Chris and Tiffany here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to our last live here in the great month of January. I know we just went through the Arctic Blast weekend here that seems to have pummeled pretty much everybody from coast to coast.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
everybody survived it and stayed warm.
Very much. Hopefully, everybody did survive. Everybody stayed warm. Everybody made it through. I'm sure people still have snow and other stuff going on. For us, it got really, really cold. This past Sunday, we had less than an inch of ice, lasted about a half a day, and that was it. The worst part was we live out in the country, and so years ago, we had a water co-op and a big well that essentially feeds like 200 of us out of this well. It was bought by a water company
in Chicago.
Of all places. Go figure for that. However, whenever it freezes and gets really, really cold and stays that way, the pump in the wellhead still freezes. So we were without water for about 2 days. So it kind of trickled and stop and trickle and stop. That was the worst that we faced.
Yes. But luckily we know this happens, so we prepare.
Yeah, so we were prepared for a little bit of water loss. But that was the worst. Other than that, it's just been cold in the mornings, and then today it was 60 degrees.
Yeah.
So
Jay Baxter's here. Hello, Chris and Tiffany, and everyone who is watching tonight. He wants to know how's the weather wherever you all are watching from tonight. It has finally gotten to 45 Fahrenheit where I am since November 15th. It has been below 29 Fahrenheit for all that time. I guess.
Ooh, I think Tiffany's going to sneeze here.
Sorry.
But like I said, we're back up to about 60 days. We got another front coming in
Friday.
We're gonna have some more overnights in the 20s down here, but no snow, rain, which means no ice, which is good because here in Texas, whenever that happens, of course, kind of shuts down our state. I mean, just a little bit of ice that we got shut down like all the school districts around here. And that ice was on Sunday. It really was gone by Monday and Tuesday, but it shut down everything. Attila the Fun. Hey, all. Welcome. Rick is here. See. Cruising is fun anytime. Sorry. Good evening. Welcome to the show. All right. It's 46 degrees in Dallas. And everybody's just kind of saying hello. I have no idea where Tiffany just ran off to. So I guess we'll be short one Tiffany here for just a few minutes. Rick, tell us if you got time. I know you probably talked about it on your lives and stuff already, but how was the Carnival Jubilee? I know you haven't been on Carnival in a while. How'd you feel about the Carnival Jubilee? And that's kind of a question I've had. Did you like the layout? Is it a ship that you would go on again? Are you back?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
See, Donna is here too. We're right there.
Hi, Donna and Rick. And cruising is fun anytime. Sorry, I had a work call.
Remember, we met cruising is fun anytime.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And
Yep, that's a good one right there. I'm not gonna butcher that poor
Crow's Nest. Crow's Nest. Evening, everyone. Welcome. That is a new name, and I am sorry if I butchered it.
I would have butchered it.
But welcome.
Welcome. Glad to have everybody here tonight. We have a lot of stuff that has gone on here over this last weekend. A lot of interesting cruise information has come out. Some changes from Norwegian. Big news coming out of MSC. They're making moves in the Bahamas. So lots and lots to talk about. And of course, the Arctic weather and everything like that's got to mess with cruises a little bit. And it did. Not a whole lot, but Carnival Pride did have to stay out a day longer. We made a video about that because, someone always complains. There's always somebody on there that says, I need compensation or a refund. There is a girl, and I can't remember her last name. I see her over on TikTok, but her first name is Lauren, and it's like Heavenly, something like that over on TikTok. She is a crew member, or used to be a crew member, and she makes the funniest cruise videos where she does like this interaction with cruise passenger skits. If you guys ever scroll in TikTok and you happen to see her, give her a like because that stuff is just freaking funny. She does such a good job.
So, I think we're up here, going faster than I'm reading. So on As Crow's Nest, we pronounced it perfectly. Bob is here. Hello, High Seas Cruisers. I should be somewhere in the Caribbean. Are you not?
Yeah, like because you should be on a cruise and it didn't happen, or I think there's a little more to that one.
Yeah. Whatever floats your boat is here. Welcome. Texas Cruisers is we like the Jubilee's layout, good crew. We do enjoy Seascape and Harmony more. I've heard that it's a good ship, but a lot of people they're attracted to other ships more than they are the Jubilee.
I mean, and that's fair.
Yeah.
People like what they like and everything like that. Seascape's got a lot of open space. Harmony had a lot of open space. So.
All right. And I am so sorry if I messed this up. Feta 178. I'm sorry. But they say, hi, Chris and Tiffany. We are about to cruise on MSC Seascape in 3 weeks. Been watching your videos about that line. I think you're going to love it.
Yeah, that was one of our absolute favorite cruises. Definitely would do MSC again. Yes. MSC Seascape was a fabulous ship. The Texas Cruiser was on there with us. Matter of fact, several people in this chat were on there with us. Cruising is Fun Anytime was on that cruise with us. And then Robert was on that cruise 2 weeks ago. And he said he loved it. So, yeah, you should have yourself a really awesome cruise.
And if you love coffee, you're going to love the coffee.
Yeah, and if you're a coffee drinker, Tiffany 100% endorses Italian coffee.
Yes. Chica's here. Hola, familia. Everybody's just saying hi. Jay Baxter says, question, Chris, how did your brother find his first cruise?
He's still out and about on it. It was a 14-day cruise. They left on the 18th, so they're not actually due back yet. I've seen some of his posts over on Facebook where he was in St. Croix, St. Kitts. I saw one from Embarkation Day. He doesn't look miserable in his pictures, so I'll give him that. But I haven't actually spoken to him yet. Probably won't know anything until the next live because it's a full 14-day Journeys cruise.
Rick says, Donna is still not feeling well, but I am almost 100%. Did y'all get sick?
Yeah, they came off the Jubilee with the ickies.
Oh, that's not good. I'm sorry. I'm glad you're feeling better, Rick. And Donna, hurry up and get better.
There are all kinds of people going on in here tonight.
Feta said, you did great, Tiff. My name is a little hard. Let's see. Everybody's still saying hi. Cruising is fun anytime. Seascape was wonderful, and so were the people we cruised with. We had a great time meeting everybody.
Yeah, just meeting everybody was so much fun.
Blast. Yes. Bob.
There's Bob.
For the Seascape, I recommend evenings in the Cabaret Rouge. Yes.
As long as you like red.
Yeah, you gotta like red.
Gotta like the color red. It was that is a very red room.
If red makes you angry, don't go in there.
Red does make me angry, but the Cabaret did not make me angry.
No, I think the vibes in there, it's bright red, but the vibes are very happy vibes.
Right, and it counteracts that color red. It was something we were talking about at work recently. Because, when we went to Seattle, we stayed in that Citizen M hotel. A one and done hotel. It was cool, but it was a one and done because of the configuration. I'm sure anybody that watched that video.
It's like a dorm room.
Yeah, it's almost like a dorm room. But it had that color shower LED shower where you could change the color of the shower while you were in there. And I was flipping through the colors because, why not? What else would you do while you were in there? And every time I put the shower on red, it really was an angry shower. Mm-hmm. It was an angry shower.
But the room was very cold. There was a lot of, I don't know.
It was modern.
Yes, it was very modern, and there's just no happiness and modern.
Until you made the shower blue.
Yeah, when you made it blue, it like softened it a little bit.
But a blue shower was a happy shower. A red shower is an angry shower. But the whole point is the cabaret was not an angry room. So
Rick says we hung out in the loft often. Yes,
very often.
We had a lot of fun in there.
But the loft is a really good spot to hang out.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of centralized. You can go right outside to the promenade if you want some fresh air. You can come right inside the loft. The sports bar is across the way. The casino is one floor down. So the loft was a good centralized location on that ship to kind of just gather.
Mm-hmm. Aliens here says, hey, y'all, hope everyone is well.
We are. All right, so let's jump into some of the stuff. I've got my handy dandy notes going on over here. First, we're going to talk about the Port of Los Angeles. Let's see, what do I write down about this? So the Port of Los Angeles is planning to get a brand new cruise terminal in the outer harbor. I'm not super familiar with the Port of Los Angeles, but they're talking about getting a new terminal in the outer harbor called the Harbor Cruise Terminal. No ETA when it's going to be done. And then the old cruise terminal is also going to get revamped. So I've seen the pictures of it. I don't know if you guys have seen on it, but it looks like a big circle. It's round. It's going to have room for 2 cruise ships on there and increase the number of cruise ships that can dock there in Los Angeles. Hopefully they improve parking. That's something out there that they really need to do some work on, is parking as well. And hopefully in the future they get maybe some more itinerary options. West Coast, great place to sail out of, so I've heard, but a few more places for the cruise ships to go would be really, really good.
Yes. Bob says the loft was crowded with overflow from the sports bar watching the playoffs. Luckily, the playoffs are over.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't something that was happening while we were on there.
No.
The loft was empty a lot of
It
times.
was. Now in the evening, it would get people come in and get a drink, but then they would leave again.
Yeah, and then and it got a little busier when they had the music in there,
Mm-hmm.
but never overwhelming.
Yeah, I like that they had a little continental breakfast in there in the morning.
Oh yeah, and yeah, that's true too. Go up to the loft first thing in the morning. You can get your coffee there. You don't have to go all the way to the buffet, and they do have a little continental breakfast there if you're not in the mood to go all the way up too.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that.
Misty says, howdy y'all. How did you enjoy your weekend weather?
Chilly.
Yes.
Definitely chilly. But yeah, so that's coming for the Port of Los Angeles. Oh, there was a story too. Apparently, there is some type of damage to the cruise dock in Costa Maya. That not enough that ships are skipping Costa Maya, but enough that 3 ships can't be in Costa Maya at the same time. So I'm assuming it's just on one side. And the ship that had to miss it was Grandeur of the Seas. So she's a small ship. And you remember how when we were there, big ship, and usually the littlest ship. Though our ship was on the inside, so I don't know exactly which side it would have been there in, but it did allow one ship not to stop there. Probably won't affect too many cruises in the future. I'm assuming it's minor damage.
Just means Costa Maya won't be as busy.
That's true. What's honestly the worst case is, it sucks for the people that wanted to go there and couldn't, but for those that do get to go there, not having 3 ships in Costa Maya at the same time is a blessing.
Sheikah says, I am on listening mode only. I am out and about.
And I did send you that email, Sheikah, that we talked about. I got super busy, but I did finally get that off to you. Let's see what else we got. Oh, I know. Here's a good one. Why this wasn't a thing the whole time, I don't understand. But Norwegian Cruise Lines has made a change to the Norwegian Air program. So the Norwegian Air program is when you purchase your airplane tickets through the cruise line. You do it as a bundle package. Almost all of them do it. But they've made a new policy change that you can only fly in minimum of 1 day early to your cruise port. So they're no longer will they schedule any flights that come in the day of.
That's a good thing.
It is a really, really good thing. And surprisingly, that's not something that they've done all along, because especially with air travel the way it is these days. There's a delay, a plane problem, no crew, whatever the case may be, long lines at the airport. Flying in the day of has never been a good option, I think. That's always taken a risk. But now with Norwegian Cruise Lines Air, they're only going to book them minimum of maximum, whatever the word. You can't get it the day of. It'll only be the day before now. Of course, that also does mean you are still now, but you're still responsible for your own hotel. So Norwegian's not having, you can do a Norwegian hotel program. So you can book airfare, hotel, and all that stuff right through Norwegian. But I kind of like to pick my own hotels, things like that. So you'll be responsible for your own hotel and that sort of thing. But you can't get day of flights from Norwegian Air anymore. Still book on your own and do whatever you want on your own. But I definitely would never recommend coming in early. So if anybody actually uses that, just be aware that that change is in there.
Nellie's here. Hey, family. Hey,
welcome,
Nellie.
Welcome. All right, now here's where I think the best stories that I've heard so far this. Yeah. Before I get to the really big ones, we're going to talk a little bit about Perfect Day in Mexico. Royal Caribbean's construction out in Costa Maya has been temporarily put on hold. So a Mexican judge has put a hold on construction, citing environmental reasons. So some of the local activists are saying they're concerned about the mangroves that are close by, that any construction, this new build, this essential giant water park that they're building, because it's going to have massive amounts of slides, largest lazy river, could affect mangroves, can affect water and sewage and stuff there in the city. Royal Caribbean's kind of clapping back at them, though, a little bit about it, because the mangroves that they're concerned about apparently are already dying, because the waste treatment plant that they have there now is poisoning them. And part of the deal is Royal Caribbean's building a new wastewater treatment plant for the city as part of this deal. So I don't really know how long that's going to hold anything up, how long it's going to affect it. There was never an ETA yet anyway. Everything was late 2027. But at least for today, it's currently on hold. But I'm sure they'll push that through fairly quickly.
Cool. Morgus is here. Geneva and Lenny says howdy. Well, howdy.
Welcome.
Royal needs to throw a little change in the jar.
That's what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to be a little bit of and it'll go right through. So that's my guess too, is that the squeaky wheel will be greased and continue to roll along. So it's politicians and politics and all that kind of stuff. And isn't that how it works everywhere? Grease the wheel starts rolling again.
Mm-hmm.
It works that way here. Why not in Mexico too? All right. And then we got two big announcements from MSC. Carol, it's freezing in Ohio. Uh-oh. I'm sure it's still really cold up there.
Yes.
It's still really cold up there. But two big announcements from MSC. And one of these ones from MSC kind of cracks me up a little bit. You thought the yacht club was special and elite on board their ships. It's about to get more so. It is absolutely about to get more so. They're taking the yacht club retreat top tier cruising cabin category, and they're giving it a whole new spin that at least right now no other cruise line has. They're not that I can think of. But MSC has announced that they're going to be doing upgrades, major upgrades to Ocean Key MSC Marine Reserve. That's MSC's private island out in the Bahamas. They're going to be extending out the cruise pier to accommodate two cruise ships, two world-class cruise ships. It'll be big enough to take both of them on at the same time. World America ships like that. So they're going to be increasing that right there. They're going to be putting in 4 new food and beverage locations in there. They're going to be updating the youth and family areas. They're going to be adding an adults-only exclusive area to the island. Now, here's where the yacht club is about to get blown up to something, I guess, bigger and more special. So in order to increase the pier size and bring in the larger cruise ships, they have to dredge all of that channel as those ships come in and out. And you guys remember they were talking about putting a new little private island right there next to it, Little Key. At least that's what they're calling it right now. That's how they're going to build the island. They're going to build this island with the dredgings in order to bring in the new ships. And as of right now, at least, Little Key is going to be a private destination for yacht club members. So you'll get off the ship and yacht club members will be ferried over to their own private island. And then the peasants have to go on the other side. And I say that with all fun and joking because we were peasants on MSC and had a blast.
Yes,
I'm good with that. But yeah, so apparently, MSC Yacht Club members are not only going to have their own space, their own decks, their own restaurants. They're about to get their own private island.
Yes.
And that's taking it to a new level.
Cruising Chris is here. Sup, cruise fam. Happy Wednesday. Thank you, Nelly. The Still Not Jealous Coffee Fund. James is here. Hey, Chris and Tiffany and all high seas cruisers from a very cold Northeast Indiana. Cruising Chris M said, it's a balmy 9 in Northwest Indiana with a wind chill of -4. I'm getting out of here tomorrow. Getting on that cruise ship, I hope. Nelly.
Reading further down.
Yeah. James said, Cruising Chris, yep, pretty much the same here. Yacht Club is a lot more expensive these days.
Well, they're getting their own private island destination.
Yes.
So, I mean, I'm sure that's got to come with a price tag.
Cruising Chris and the Jealous Tiff Coffee Fund still love you too, Chris, but a girl needs her coffee. Yeah.
Fair.
Coffee in here.
Fair. 100% say that's fair.
Yep. Been drinking a lot of coffee lately, trying to stay warm.
Well, at this rate, you're just going to have a barista following you around on your trips.
I love it.
Would you like some more, madame?
Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it.
A couple more of those and it'll be Goofy following you around.
Yep.
You're okay with that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you might be. But we're not done with MSC. MSC is really pushing to increase their presence in the Bahamas, in the Caribbean, in North America in general. And, I've said a bunch of times that cruise lines are a lot of monkey see, monkey do. If you see one do it and it's successful, becomes popular, you'll see the other ones do it.
Yeah. Hold on just a second. James says, I'm at work and just wanted to say hi. Stay safe, cruise family. You too, stay safe and stay warm.
Absolutely. Yeah. Have fun out there, James, but be careful. Fall down any more stairs.
Yes.
But yeah, so, a lot of it is a monkey see, monkey do. A lot of it's a smart choice. Carnival just came out this week and said, hey, our Zero Proof Cheers package, they've been, releasing it here and there last year. That's now officially out for every cruise in 2026. Makes sense. Royal Caribbean has 3 drink packages. Your soda package, your beverage package, and your alcohol package. Makes sense that Carnival finally puts one in the middle like everybody's been asking for. Monkey see, monkey do. This works over here. Carnival's also been testing bundles. Combining internet and beverage and stuff like that. Just like you see, they have a great success over at Princess with. So monkey see, monkey do. Carnival puts the first roller coaster on a cruise ship. Now Disney has one. Disney's got one on the Disney Adventure. Monkey see, monkey do. MSC is no different. MSC is no different because they are now talking about spending $450 million in Freeport, Bahamas. So they're in the harbor at Freeport. And if you've ever been to Freeport, it's fairly industrial. It's got one little kind of like shopping village there. And then you pretty much got to hop on a bus and head off to an excursion or just spend a short amount of time before you get back on the ship. But it's very industrial right there. That's where cruise ships go. You'll see them in there in dry dock and getting repaired and getting worked on. But there's a little man-made island in there. I don't know how little it is, but there's a man-made island that is going to become a new cruise terminal. So they're going to build that there. They're going to spend $400 million on that. Then they're going to spend $50 million completely refurbishing the retail village and building a new beach club right there too. So looks like MSC wants to put even more money into Freeport. It's not really cruising related, but MSC has already put a lot of money into Freeport. Now it's been on the shipping side, the container side, because MSC, of course, is a shipping company first and foremost. That's where they got their start. And so they've done a lot of investment there already. Now they're going to invest on the cruise side. So Freeport's never been a super, super popular stop for everybody. We had a good time there.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really mind it, but like I said, I don't mind the industrial every once in a while, especially if there's other ships to look at and stuff going on. I'm okay with that.
Lori's here. Lori Grissom. I have Cruise, Carnival, and Royal. Haven't tried MSC yet. May have to give them a try. I recommend it.
Do recommend it. Yes. Shows are good. Food is good. Crew is excellent. Ships are beautiful. Price is right.
Yes. Alien said, any update on the Half Moon Key Pier and such?
It's under construction. Haven't opened it yet, but it is under construction. I think that one's supposed to be finished later on this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Texas Cruiser says you need to. Lori, MSC is really amping up their game. Nellie says MSC.
MSC is mad.
Nellie, have they not given you casino offers?
Just thinking that. Just thinking that.
They don't give the good casino offer.
Maybe they don't. MSC has, I think that, to me anyway, I could see a difference. And I think the difference comes in is because your big cruise lines, Carnival Corporation is a public traded company. They answer to shareholders. You know, the Royal Caribbean Group, the Norwegian Cruise Line, they're all publicly traded companies. They answer to shareholders.
MSC is not.
MSC is not. They do not answer to any shareholders. They only answer to the owner and the family. So
Nellie said their casino program is hard.
and I kind of think that makes a difference because, you know, they're still out to make money and things like that, but I didn't feel like that was their driving goal the whole time we're on the ship. You know, you get on Royal and you get on Carnival and it's like, you want to go to a specialty restaurant, you want the dining package, you want this, you want that. What can we sell you? How quickly can we get you in our shops and stuff like that? And you didn't see that on MSC. They weren't trying to, it was available. You could get it. You could purchase it. There were people, but they weren't trying to shove it in your face.
Yeah, cram it down your
as
nose.
hard. They were less concerned about making all of the sales. You know, the spa ladies, they were there if you are interested in spa service, but they didn't, you know, accost you as you walk by, you know, things like that. You haven't tried MSC. I think it does make a difference that they're not forced to be accountable to shareholders. So, and clearly they're doing well enough that they're investing $450 million in Grand Bahamas and making improvements to Ocean Key. So clearly something's working, because if they were not doing well, they wouldn't be spending the money.
Yeah.
And I think if they continue to do well, they're going to continue to eat up that market share. They really, really are.
Cruising is fun anytime said true. They didn't push selling on you.
Nope. And it was just one of those little things that I noticed when I was on MSC. They weren't pushing anything like that. It said if you wanted it, absolutely. They were happy to make you a dining reservation. They were happy to sell you a drink package. But if you didn't want the drink package, they didn't bother you about it.
Bob said, I was surprised the waiters walking on 18 were not pushing drinks too much. No, they really weren't. If they would check on you, but they weren't there every 10 seconds trying to get you to order a drink.
Mm-mm.
And if you said no the first time, you didn't see him again for quite a while.
Yeah, they were really good and attentive, but not pushy. They weren't there, like Tiffany said, every couple minutes. You want this, you want this, you want this. You know, they had it. They had specialty cups, things like that you could buy, but they walked around with them, and if you asked, they talked to you about it.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't try to force them on you or anything like that.
Nope.
So, but I did find out that you cannot get a cowboy boot glass completely filled to the top with Red Bull.
Yeah, they looked at him like he was crazy when he asked that.
Apparently, that's just not a thing. I tried.
It was worth a shot.
It was worth a shot. So, but of course, next, we're going to go back to Carnival. The next two cruises are actually with Carnival.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's been a while since we cruised with Carnival. There's some things I'm looking forward to with Carnival, though. I miss Guy's Burgers, some Blue Iguana. I like the food choices on Carnival as far as the extras that you can get.
Jay Baxter said, I find when I've been on a lot of British and European-based cruise lines, they do not try and upsell spa appointments or other things the same way as the American-based cruise lines do.
And I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
I absolutely like it. I agree much more with if Tiffany wants one, she'll go talk to them. The information's available. She can look, she can see, she can decide, she can go speak with them. And I know because on the MSC Seascape, they had the snow room.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to get the thermal spout pass to go in there and see the snow room and stuff like that. And I went into the spa just to ask about it. It was way more than I wanted to pay. It was expensive to get it. But I talked to the lady. She's like, yeah, it's this, and it includes this, and this. And I said, okay, thank you very much. Thank you for the info. She goes, okay, sir, have a great day. And that was it. No push, no nothing.
When can I sign you up?
Yeah, when can I sign you up? When do you want to go? None of that. Provide the information, and they were good. And that's one of the things, too, that I liked about MSC. And just cruising around, you could see the different options and specialty restaurants and be like, I want to eat there.
Yeah.
That's what I noticed the most. But I haven't really, that all is about the fact that they're not answering to shareholders, I think. And also the fact that they're European.
Yeah.
So kind of makes me want to go on more European style cruises.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Well, I still definitely want, it's on our bucket list, is some P&O or Morella. I want a true, like, British cruise. True British cruise. I really think that would be fascinating. I don't know if it's a real thing, but I just think, I want tea and crumpets. I don't know if that's even real.
Tea time? I didn't notice a tea time on MSC. Was there a tea time?
No, not that I saw.
I didn't notice a tea time. There's tea time on Carnival.
I don't know. But anyway, that is all of the cruise news I have for this week. I said some interesting things. It's nice to see that things are growing and continuing, and we're seeing new cruise port in Los Angeles. Good news for the folks on the West Coast. And a new cruise port in Los Angeles can handle much larger cruise ships when they build these new ones. So that's good news from out there, especially if they want bigger, larger cruise ships. A new cruise port that can handle them is a huge plus.
Attila said spa services are mostly contracted out to third-party companies that do spa services on all the cruise lines. I don't think MSC has a special service privately. Probably not.
Probably not. I would say that that's probably absolutely true because they did have an Effie store on board. So I know they deal with the same ones. But you know what they didn't have? The most, and this is just my personal opinion, but the one thing that MSC did not have anywhere on board that ship, and I absolutely loved, there was no Park West. No Park West. If you like art and all that other kind of junk, more power to you. I could do with a cruise ship without damn Park West on there, and they're all.
You're still hurt because they said y'all won. Y'all were one of the only couples that got the scavenger hunt all correct. Come here and we'll give you a prize. We went and they didn't even acknowledge you.
Park West, they can go overboard.
What? No Diamonds International?
I don't think so, right?
They had Effie.
They had Effie.
They might have had a Diamonds International one deck below.
No.
They
had the Effie shop, and they had the logo store right up there. And then you went down, and there was like a fancy store that had like purses and stuff in it. I mean, they had, stuff you'd see on other cruise ships, the stuff they contract out, but no Park West. That was the plus.
Yes. We went on our first cruise last month. Celebrity Reflection. We liked it, and hopefully we shall enjoy Seascape next month. I bet you will. If you enjoyed, well, we haven't been on Celebrity, so no. But I bet you're gonna love it.
Yeah. See, until I said no Park West.
Yeah. JTA, I know this is way too early in the season, but do either of you have any word on port restrictions for main destinations?
The only one that, and I don't know how current it is because it keeps going back and forth through the courts, is Bar Harbor. And last I heard, Bar Harbor still had a restriction on cruise ship size. Which was affecting some of the future bookings. Now, I know when that went into effect last year, they were already contracted for X number of ships, and they have to complete all those contracts first. So you may still see some going into Bar Harbor, but they really didn't want, and their restrictions were so silly that pretty much eliminated all of the cruise ships because they wanted so few passengers that any new cruise ship, really, even like Carnival's Fantasy Class, small, Grandeur of the Seas, exceeded those expectations. So Maine probably still going to continue to be an issue in the future. But last I heard, that was still being battled in court.
Trisha Set Sail says, hello there. Saw you were live, so thought I'd pop in to see what was going on. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, JTA2. That's a new name I hadn't seen before. And Nellie's laughing because I can't read.
Yeah.
Marine and Maine, same thing. I really need to get my classes checked.
Well, like Maine up through that area is one of the areas that they usually stop in, especially when you're doing the autumn look at the leaves cruises.
Yeah.
Through Canada and stuff like that. But luckily, skipping Maine isn't really that much of an issue. I mean, people want to stop there, but of course it doesn't affect anything for the Jones Act and the Passenger Vessel Services Act because you're still going to foreign ports.
Attila says, yeah, just kidding. The DI folks are only in ports, pretty sure. But the port shopping expert people on ships are certainly getting kickbacks for commissions from diamonds and Tanzanite jewel stores.
My understanding, and again, this is just something I've read in a couple of different spots, is the cruise lines have partnerships with those ones that you see in every cruise port, your Diamonds Internationals, places like that. Especially if they promote them while on board a ship during those shore shopping shows. They're talking about Diamonds International, go to this store, go to this store. They have partnerships with them. So, yeah, I'm sure there's money going back and forth on those types of deals. Absolutely, for sure.
Trisha said, I just paid off my Royal Caribbean cruise for June 1st. That's exciting. It's always a great relief when you pay one off because then okay.
I can start paying for the next one.
One step closer to actually being on the ship.
No. When you pay it off, that's when you can start paying for the next one.
This is true. Nellie said, Attila, that one store that the ship people upsell, the shirt that changes colors in sunlight. That's a bamboo shirt. thing, right?
I don't know if that's at the Bamboo store, but I know you've seen those ones
Yeah.
where they change color. I think it's the names that you will see in every single port.
Yep.
You know, we know which ones they are. I can't think of all of them off the top of my head. It's like Diamonds International. I think it's like, what is it, Ron John? I think it's another one. Ones like that that are pretty much your chain stores that you see in every port, no matter which one you go to. Those are all contracted back and forth, and there's probably money exchanging hands.
Yes, see it everywhere. I think it's Del Sol. Yep, that's it. Del Sol or something. Yep, that sounds right. Oh my God, that's exactly what I said, Chris. Working on the August ABC cruise on Carnival Horizon next.
Hey, we completely get it. We're working on Disney right now. Then we're working on the Carnival Horizon matter. No, Dream. Dream first, then Horizon.
Nellie said the Piranha store too.
Yes, that's one too.
Sheikah said, I want to put my 2 cents, but I can't. That's okay, Sheikah.
But yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, we all know the cruise lines are just all about making money. And I think if you've been enough times, you're like, yeah, no. I have never walked into the Diamond International ever.
No.
And
they always stand out there with them little lotion packets, and they always ask you the goofiest question and try and get you to stop. And I'm like, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. And I finally just have to be nasty to them. I don't like being nasty to them, but Carol said, I really like the Del Sol shirts. Carol, are those made out of bamboo? I think they are. Del Sol,
yeah.
Do they sell the bed sheets too? Are the ones?
If that's the bamboo shirts, I like those bamboo shirts too. And I have a couple of them. Tiffany her skin does not get along with. We had bamboo sheets, the best thing ever, until Tiffany had basically an allergic reaction to them, and now I don't have bamboo sheets.
Yeah.
But I still have a bamboo shirt, and if she's ever being pesty or something that day, I can go put it on real quick and I'm safe. It's like Tiffany repellent.
Yes. Victoria's here. Welcome. Hello from California. Nellie said Diamond International along with 7 other jewelry stores. Yep. Fada says shopping for Royal Caribbean, hopefully Icon of the Sea sometime in the fall. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, we're looking to do Icon of the Seas in August of next year. Her inaugural sailing out of Galveston.
Rick says Donna and I are sailing on Carnival Horizon on a transatlantic from Barcelona to Port Canaveral in October. Oh, that sounds fun.
I think you'll like that one. We've done the Vista, and of course, the Vista and the Horizon are laid out the same. The only thing we didn't really care for is, to us anyway, is just a personal opinion. The atrium feels a little enclosed. But the Havana Bar is really, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Some really nice places on that ship. Doing a transatlantic, it does have the IMAX movie theater on board. We saw Batman in there. So
yeah,
we like the Vista enough that we're going to go on the Horizon.
Jay Baxter said, if you want a more authentic British style of cruising, I would recommend trying Cunard, and Fred Olsen would also be a good choice.
Ooh. Yeah, see, I get a lot of more of my British cruise information from Emma Cruises. I'm sure everybody who watches YouTube for cruising is familiar with Emma.
Mm-hmm.
She's really good about talking about the European style cruising and things like that. And I know she's mentioned Fred Olsen. So we'll definitely have to look into that.
Carol says they're cotton t-shirts.
Okay, so that's not the bamboo ones.
Good. Nellie says, Rick, how many TAs you doing? Budgeting by Dina. Welcome. 10 days till cruise time.
Awesome. Which cruise are you going on? Tell us.
Rick says 1. Bob says my wife hits the DI shops for her free charm. You know what? If they're going to give you a free charm, yes. Attila says, we walked into a Diamond International. I tried on an expensive watch and left, of course, but the guy was nice enough. So the next port I went again, and they were so pushy and rude. I left for good. They're just pushy at the door. You don't even have to walk in, and they're just, ugh.
Well, my thing is I don't go on a cruise and travel to buy diamonds and jewelry and stuff. Tiffany doesn't even wear half of that stuff anyway. So it's not like we're shopping for it. And I'm not looking for it in a cruise port. It's not the way we travel.
No.
We are looking for a good place locally to eat some food. We are looking for a great place to stop and have a drink and meet some folks and see what we can come up with. That's also why we leave a lot of cruise ports too, to get away from the associated to the cruise line stores, even though you can find a lot in cruise ports that aren't linked up to them.
Nellie said, I thought you had Freedom, not Horizon. Then Rick said, oops, Freedom in October, Horizon January-ish. See, I wish I had that problem where I had so many cruises booked, I couldn't remember which one was which. But I love it, Rick.
Well, Rick, if you're looking to go on the Horizon, May 19th. May 19th. Don't forget. We'd love for you and Donna to hop on with us for the group cruise.
Nellie says, I don't know if it's good. I know your business, Rick. I just finished my meds for the cruise crud. Let's see. Attila said, my wife didn't like the charm bracelets, so we turned that stuff down too. Yeah, I have.
Rick got the Rhoda from Julie.
I have a couple of the charm bracelets just from the ship, and they've like turned black because they never wear them. They're hanging on a hook in the bathroom. So
your charm bracelets turn black?
Yeah. Silver does though. When you don't wear it, it starts tarnishing. So
I don't know. You got them and never wore them. So
you got to clean them. Bob says 9-day on Mariner coming up on the 7th of next month.
Well, that's just like next weekend. Yeah, you're close.
Yeah. Texas Cruiser said that's where I got it. Nellie, Bob, I booked Mariner May 30th to do one more before she leaves. There you go. Budgeting by Dina, taking the Sunshine before it's moved away.
Yeah, the Sunshine she's getting some interesting ones. She's going to Africa. And Carnival hasn't sailed to Africa in like forever. She's going to go over, I think she dry docks. Then she's going to go to Africa, do some Africa stuff for a while before she ends up in Galveston. That's going to be her home port after her grand adventures.
There you go.
But yeah, she's going adventuring around out there for a while.
Brenda Tier, welcome. What's your next cruise line you're going on?
Carnival.
Yes.
Carnival will be our next one. We are doing a 14-day Journeys cruise on the Carnival Dream out of Galveston. That one is in October, and that's because Tiffany's got her big land-based vacation coming up here in May. She's making me. But many times as I put her on cruise ships and say cruise, 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 every once in a while we got to take a cruise break and feed someone's love of Disney.
Yes. Trisha Setzel says, y'all have a great evening. I need to go figure out something for dinner. I'm solo tonight. Whole family is elsewhere. Just me, 2 dogs, 4 cats at home.
DoorDash.
Enjoy it and enjoy the quiet. Attila said, great. And thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
Attila said, great point, Chris. We hunt for good food and drinks in port.
Yeah, I mean, that's all. We're not there to buy diamonds or anything like that. If we see something that catches our attention, yeah, we'll take a look. Tiffany likes to poke in shops, look for coffee, look for chocolate. Some of her go-tos in different places we go to, but really just looking for a couple of good drinks and some really good local food and meet the people and have fun. Usually some of the best experiences we've had there.
Rick says, have a great evening, everyone. Heading over to our cruise news show at 7 p.m. Central.
Oh, yeah. Coming on that time.
Show. Budgeting by Dina said, I think I will be on the Horizon in May.
Yeah, if you're on the May 19th sailing out of Galveston, the 8/9 going to Mahogany Bay, Jamaica,
in
and
27.
huh?
In 2027.
Yeah, in 2020. Yeah, this is in 2027. In May of this year, we'll be in Disney World, but this is May of 2027.
Yes. Nellie says going from Africa to Galveston. Yay.
She's got some stuff going on, and I think she stops in Florida for a minute or something. But yeah, Africa to Galveston is basically where that ship is going.
Brenda said, I'm going on MSD Seascape on February 8th, not too far away. No, it's not. I'd start packing.
Yep, that is just a little over a week away.
Carol says, I shop for t-shirts and magnets. I shop for magnets, but I've pretty much got magnets for everywhere we've been already. So.
Well, you have got magnets for everywhere we've been so far.
Yes. But we've been to those places multiple times. So.
Well, that's why your next one is you're going to all new places. I plug my pen across the room.
Misty said 93 more days. We're getting closer.
That's about where you are. 90. You know, you're about 100 days.
I'm not doing a countdown.
I have it somewhere.
I'm not doing a countdown.
I do.
I'm still waiting for my call from Mickey Mouse telling me I'm done paying. I'm ready to go.
This is Mickey Mouse. You're never done paying. Ever.
Nellie said 25 days until Star of the Seas.
Awesome. Mickey Mouse has got like a mortgage contract on us.
Yes.
So.
Budgeting by Dina says 18 cruises booked by May 2027.
Ooh,
that is amazing.
That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome.
Beta said land-based vacation. What is that? I'm really getting the cruise buzz. I miss none of the land-based vacations. Sorry, Tiff. Chris, I'm with you on this.
It's a compromise. I got to make it.
I do like the cruising, but there are times when I like to.
Yeah, the only way I can get around this occasional problem is to book her on a Disney cruise. And so if we do get we're supposed to get another ship in Galveston next year. Hopefully Disney will announce that soon, though they may not announce till Disney usually announces at the beginning of the year and around July. So they would announce at the beginning of this year for the beginning of 2027, and then July would be the second half of 2027. We'll have to see which ship. If they bring one of the newer ships, even Fantasy, Dream, or above, to Galveston, then I'll be able to cruise and she'll be able to Disney. So.
Cruising Chris says 1 day until Celebrity Constellation.
I'm praying for you this time, okay?
Yeah.
We're praying for you. Fingers crossed
that
it doesn't beyond you.
Yes. Brenda, do you guys recommend the MSC app or does it suck like Carnival?
It was okay. Did we have a whole lot of problems with it?
Before we got on the ship, you didn't like it, but once you're on the ship, it works pretty good.
Yeah, it doesn't work as well as like Royal Caribbean's does prior to cruising, but it does work. But it does work 100 times better when you're on the ship. Mm-hmm. Once you get on the ship, it opens up everything. But you can do a little bit ahead of time, but once you're on board, it worked really good.
Victoria says 88 days till we go on the Caribbean Princess. Getting excited.
Ooh, love Princess.
Yes. Nellie says 1 day. That's great, Chris. Bob says enjoy yourself, Chris M. Nellie says, hey, he can have Constellation. I have the Beyond. Attila, next cruise is until late fall this year, saving up for Journey's cruise next year. Plus, I need to have a long rehab after surgery. Yes.
Yeah, them Journey cruises, you got to save up for them because they're longer. They cost a little bit more, but you got to save up that work PTO too if you're still dealing with that.
Yes. Cruising Chris Emmons, I think your ship might be a little bigger. My ship could probably serve as
Star of the Seas tender. You know, the little ships though, the little ships have their own unique charm that you just can't beat sometimes with a bigger ship.
Jay Baxter says 5 to 10 years ago, and P&O Cruises started making all the cutbacks, so the service is getting more like what you would get on Carnival Cruise rather than traditional British style service.
That makes sense. P&O is owned by the Carnival Corporation, so I could see them making cuts the same as.
That's so sad, Alien. For the first time since 2019, Mrs. Alien and I don't have a cruise booked.
Oh,
That is sad. A couple things need to fall into place before we can definitely book the October cruise with y'all. So we'll see. We're rooting for you.
yeah. Hopefully everything falls into place just in general.
Yes.
If you guys happen to be on the ship with us in October, plus. And we get it. There's been a couple times where we've had to say no, where we've had to get things in place that need to be in place. I think everybody has to go through that
Yeah,
at some point.
it happens.
Be nice when we ever get to the point where we can say, yay, 12 a year. But Tiffany wants 12 a year.
No.
But it did make me miss, though, when cruising first restarted. They were so cheap, and I did. I did like 8 that year.
Yeah, you did like 8. I did like 4 or 5 with you, and yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to see you in October.
So, and it's going to be fun. It's a Halloween cruise, so if you're into Halloween and costumes and all that kind of stuff,
Oh, I gotta start looking for costumes.
yeah, we'll actually be on the ship on October 31st.
We're gonna miss Dylan's birthday.
Oh yeah, you're going to be somewhere in the Eastern Caribbean that day.
But
Yes, October is the Journeys cruise. I'd have to look at the exact date for that one. I want to say it's like 17th, 18th.
I don't know. You gotta let me know so I can put in PTO. It's still too early to.
It's still too early to put that one in, but yeah, it's the Carnival Dream Journeys cruise in October. It's the only one. It is the only one that is out there, and it's all Eastern Caribbean.
Alien says October high seas cruising group cruise on Carnival Magic.
Yeah, that one fell through so horribly bad.
Yeah.
Our first attempt at a group cruise was an utter freaking disaster for timing, and definitely nothing fell into place for that one. That's why it's officially been moved to the Carnival Horizon for May of 2027 for those that can go, and we have help to make sure it doesn't fall through the cracks again.
Budgeting by Dina says, has anyone seen the treasure chest sailings with Carnival?
I don't even know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Share.
Alien says, nice ship. We were on it in November. Bob says October 17th through the 31st.
Okay, so disembarkation is on the 31st.
Okay.
So we technically we're on the ship for Halloween, but not actually partying on Halloween.
Yeah. Brenda, Cruising Chris M says, Brenda, the MSC app really sucks on land and only sucks a little on the ship. Brenda said, I heard MSC has the best pizza. Is it true?
Yes. Yes. Oh, well, hold on. Let me back this up, because they had multiple styles of pizza. They had like a thicker crust. They make several, I guess what you would call several different kinds of pizzas, but just what I consider a regular slice. It was good. It was good. And there's pretty much pizza available like every meal. Every single time we went to the buffet, because that's where their pizza is. It's just in the buffet. It was absolutely delicious. Fresh, hot. Yes.
What was the date of the May 27th group cruise? You have it on your thing.
Yep. Let me throw this up here real quickly. Let me throw that slide up there. All right. Here's the slide for it here. Carnival Horizon, May 19th of 2027.
Budgeting by Dina says, earn coins to trade for prizes. Nellie said, I am loyal to Royal, but their pizza is really nasty.
Sorrento's isn't terrible.
It's just not the best.
But yeah, if you are interested, my email address is right there at the bottom. you can shoot that up to me for more information. Like I said, we are also working with Sheikah on this. So you'll be hearing either from her or I, and we will get anybody all the information you need and set up. Now, the current opening that we have is getting ready to come to a close. Doesn't mean we wouldn't be able to put you in at a later date, but the current prices that we have set aside do expire. I want to say we've got another week or so left on that. So if you guys are interested, let me know.
Nellie said, I wish we could go on a group cruise, but Norway.
Yeah, I know.
Bucket list. Yeah,
I'm with
I
you,
know.
brother. I would be in Norway too.
Alien said, time for wrestling. I'll catch you fine folks soon. I hope we'll have a great evening and enjoy the wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're all caught up.
Okay, we got that. Earn coins to trade for prizes. I'm not familiar with that. Loyal to Royal, but their pizza is nasty. Rentals is okay. It's better than Disney. But it's not better than Carnival. And it's definitely not better than MSC. Well, Carnival's is pretty good. I mean,
Brenda says, I like Carnival, but not Royal. Ellie says, good night, all. Have a great week and safe week. Take care.
it's like Carnival pizza, but not Royal. I love Carnival's pizza. I'm a huge fan of their margarita pizza. MSC made a margarita. And that is a really tough call.
Mm-hmm.
That is a really, really tough call, to be honest with you. But
who likes Princess Pizza? They paid one, not the free one.
Now the paid one at GGG started with a G. Remember we ate there?
It was good.
That one was really, really good. But that's made to order, a proper, cooked in a brick oven right there. That one was a really, really good pizza. The free one I didn't like on Princess, but the paid one was really delicious. So yeah, if we're throwing Princess in there and that paid one, that's definitely a top 3 or 2.
Treasure Casino offers come out today.
Oh, gotcha. Now I'm trying to say, did did Norwegian have pizza? Did we even eat it?
I don't know. And James left, so.
That's an interesting one. I remember, all the places we ate and all the food we ate, and it was really good on Norwegian. I don't remember eating pizza on Norwegian. Wow, I'm getting forgetful. I absolutely do not remember eating any pizza on Norwegian Cruise Lines. I remember eating in the place with the menu. We had good food in there, and I definitely remember the freaking pretzels with the beer cheese.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good. And the breakfast in the.
Fada said, nice chatting with you. Leaving for work. Actually, I am an aircraft engineer exploring being a ship engineer now since I got this cruise buzz. What do you think? That would be
awesome.
Then you get to cruise and do what you love and
we went on a behind the ships tour one time and got to go down, not into the engine room, just I guess into the engineering control room.
Yeah, that was pretty
and talk to some of the engineers down there, and that was a cool time.
Yeah.
So
but definitely thank you for stopping in and chatting with us. We enjoyed it. Gina says NCL has pizza.
Yeah, probably NCL has pizza.
It's not bad. It's on the buffet.
Okay, maybe that's why we must have found enough stuff that it never occurred to us to eat that particular pizza. So, but all right, I think we've been on here for over an hour.
Yeah, we're gonna go. You apparently can't read anymore.
And Tiffany's reached the point of. So we are going to get ready to wrap this up. I said, if you are interested in the group cruise, definitely hit me up. You can reach me by email. And we will be back next week.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be back next Wednesday, February, the month of love. See, that's what I get. We'll be back then. Really appreciate everybody for being here. We saw a bunch of new names in the chat tonight. Love it. Thank you guys for being here. You guys are welcome back anytime.
Absolutely.
And we'll be back next week. And of course, like always,
We'll see you out on the high seas.
good night, everybody.